Hey folks, Turbine Guy coming back at you, and we are live here at the Spring Park Boat Ramp, and we are with Fox 9 News.
Good afternoon.
Well, look at this.
Technical problems.
Yeah, I tell you, all kinds of technicals. But we got her. See, came right back. There you go. So I guess they wanted to hear the story about what's going on, and they gave me a call. So here I am. I'm going to be interviewed by these guys, and I thought you might want to watch. We'll do it from down here.
If the weather cooperates.
Yes, the weather. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, but we're going to be standing back over there, correct, on the other side of that camera. So, let's see.
I think that's the DJI.
Yeah, that's nice.
And they're,
Well, it's got, the DJI either has a magnet that gets glued to it, or it's got a thing that goes around it with the magnet. So you can take it on and off.
Here, I'm just going to put here. And then click that. Is this on? Just put it in your inside pocket. He's got one.
That is, it's a snowmobile jacket. There's no power there.
That should be fine. Just zip up over top of that. Yeah, well, the issue with
That's what I need, folks. Microphones.
the pop socket is in the way that you would use now.
Here.
Now I can't use the pop socket.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, well, that's what I do.
Sure.
So this way a little bit.
There we go.
Talk to me. Don't look at the camera, so it's a little different from
Yep, no problem.
YouTubing. Oh,
It's a cold one.
no. So it's Jay, J-A-Y.
Yep.
Nygaard spelled.
N-Y-G-A-R-D.
And you are the turbine guy.
Affectionately known as a Turbine Guy on YouTube.
All right. Well,
And elsewhere. I use that moniker all over.
So you've been YouTubing for how long?
Putting videos together for over 3 years.
And then you started chronicling the scene.
Yes, I got a phone call from a friend of mine who said there's this big boat that's going to be going through the ice. Then he called me one morning and said it's going. So I zipped right over here and I parked. The boat was just coming around the other side of that channel, and I started doing a YouTube live.
But you've been following it almost every day then.
I have been here every day in some manner, yes. And I've been here, I've documented all the action.
What?
Well, not because I wanted to, but there was a demand for it. When I got home, that first day, I got 30 viewers, and I'm getting ready to shut it down. That's a lot for me. And my kid texted me and said, you better keep going. So I did, and then it was 100, then 200 people. Then all of a sudden I got 500 viewers that first day. I got home, I got phone calls, emails, text messages. You're going back, aren't you? You're going back. Everybody wanted me to go back. So I got up here the next day and started filming again, and I've done it every day since.
You got 700 more left there. And so what is the story that you've been able to figure out about how this boat wound up in this position?
The boat wound up here, I guess, natural fate ended up happening. It was stored in Tonka Bay Marina for years. It's a charter boat. Everybody knows it about this boat. But the owner trying to downsize his marina, and the owner of this boat agreed that he would sell the boat and move on. So he sold it to a gentleman from Texas who was going to transport it from here to the Mississippi, bring it down to Texas. He had a captain. It was going to cost him $50,000 to move it from here just to the river. He was fine with all of that, but then the transport company fell apart on him. So after that happened, he looked to sell the boat. Found a local buyer. That local buyer couldn't find any marina space. I'm not sure how much they looked. Ordered parts to build a trailer. The parts never showed up, and eventually the boat was frozen on the other side of the lake in the ice, and they had to use what they had to make this trailer and make it work.
So to your understanding, the new owners basically couldn't find a way to get it off the lake for sure.
Correct.
To the best of your knowledge.
Correct. You know, the marinas in St. Croix, on the St. Croix, might have equipment to handle this at their marina, but there aren't a lot of big boats like this moved around Minnesota because we don't have that many big lakes. So the available equipment just isn't there. And I know the former marina owner would have helped, but his trailer isn't licensed, it's got no brakes, it's not insured for doing that. He couldn't.
He had done it previously
At his marina, because his trailers stay in his marina. They don't go on the road.
Oh, and at that point, you couldn't get the boat to that marina, even if you had the space to take care of it.
The space was already sold. That was part of the thing. When he knew this boat was going, he sold that space to someone else.
So suddenly the boat essentially winds up kind of orphaned.
You're homeless. Yep.
And then the lake freezes.
And then the lake freezes. Yep.
So what has been then? I mean, it still has nowhere to go. But then what happened with then getting this boat off the lake?
Well, it was a 3-day ordeal. It was interesting because the first day they cut all the way through the ice and got here. They got the boat onto the front of the trailer. They got the boat on the trailer in the water. The third day they pulled it up onto the ramp.
Why 3 days?
Well, Paul doesn't want anybody to get hurt. That's number one, is safety. So he wasn't going to be in a hurry doing anything, especially given it could be slippery. We had a lot of wind at some point and other stuff. Everything was slow and steady, and that was his goal, was slow and steady winter race. No, just getting onto the trailer on the ramp. Then, nearly a week later, they came back one day and moved it from there to here.
Oh boy, okay. So this has been quite the story here.
Day 14.
Day 14.
Yes.
And now, any idea?
Well, my camera tip. Is that okay? Oh, sorry guys, I didn't see the camera tip, but we're saving it. Oh boy. There we go. And we're back. Sorry about that. Keep an eye on it.
It's windy and you can hold on to it.
No, that's it exactly. Yeah, that's where my thing is.
So, to your knowledge now,
What happened is so he came from here to there. A few blocks away, there's one set of stoplights and a few power lines he might have to deal with because this boat is just so doggone tall. So he can get through stoplights. But he's just going a couple of blocks away, and the goal is to get it from here to there once he can get the right person.
So the new owner has found a place.
Yes, there's a spot right up the street. We're hoping. And that, you know, it's kind of, I think the fascination, because the last day that it was getting pulled out, I had 2,200 people watching on YouTube while it was getting out. And the fascination was, this is a slow train wreck, okay? And we want to see it happen, but the train hasn't wrecked. So people want to keep watching.
So, and so what you understand is initially when they couldn't find a home for it or a way to get it off the lake, they were maybe going to try to keep it out there all winter.
Yes.
And then realize that wasn't going to work.
Yes. Correct.
And then that's why it's so late. People are like, why didn't they deal with this months ago? But they
Well, he had to scramble to get the trailer made, and a bunch of parts he ordered from Canada never showed up. So he had to find stuff from around here and just make it work.
and then how they did it to
Slow and steady, nice and easy. And if you watch my first video when he's coming across, I kind of get up close and you can hear him cracking through it.
Wow. Well, how much fun have you had chronicling this?
I've had a lot of fun doing this for more than one reason. I found a sponsor for my company. A new friend came and gave me an extra battery. 472 lift brought me a wireless battery. Because during all of this, being so cold, my batteries were dying, and I kept doing this battery check thing.
People really like watching you.
That they ran up here, and Gigi Jabor from Tonka Bay Marina brought me a huge battery I could carry around. But if it wasn't for the people stepping in, I would have lost my stream. You know, I want to say one thing. This actually turned out to be a community effort, because even though you saw 6 or 8 people working here at times, There's only the owner and one guy being paid. Everybody else is involved here.
So I need to ask you about.
Sure. Standing here shivering. Yes. Till recently, I believe a couple of years ago, it kind of turned into a timeshare boat. You know, where they only have specific clients. But now it's going to be done, and that's what Paul's trying. He's trying to save it, you know, so that he gets his back in Minnetonka. Another thing is this goal, like I said, is he's trying to make this trailer so that they can use it for the other big boats. He's the guy who was pulling it out, directing and leading the whole charge. He's the owner. What I'm told is he's the owner.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get into that.
Okay.
I'm going to keep that out of it.
Yep.
That's going to make a good story about this Odyssey. Because that turned into a huge sensation here.
And it has. I mean, there was one time, I think the third day, I was sitting in the truck just kind of waiting for stuff to happen. And I said, hey, why don't you people tell me where you are so I can see who's the farthest away? All of a sudden I get UK, Spain, a ton of people from Florida, Guam, Tokyo. I mean, this is a worldwide thing. It really is. It's interesting. It's a slow train wreck. You know, what I told my wife is why I think this is so big is because you always hear these stories about things that happen in your community and all that. Everybody could participate. You know, people would come up. What I noticed, I think the second or third day was, because there was a huge crowd here, this parking lot was jammed. They eventually had to come clear it. But it was packed with people up here. And I looked around and I said, now we know how many men there are in this area that have nothing better to do. Because that's what's going on.
That's great. All right, we're good.
Cool. So
I'm
what,
going to take that microphone from you, and then I'm going to put it up in the car. And so can we use...
yes, you can use my footage as long as you credit me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's...
The interview's with me. I think
The
I'll be
interview's
credited.
with you, and it's going to be about the fact that you chronicled this on your YouTube page.
And I'm going to keep doing it till it's over. I'm going to be here every day with the checkup. I talked to Paul. With not only that, I interviewed Gabriel. I interviewed the Texas owner. I'm going to try to interview the guy who ran for the charter boat. So I'll have that on there. And then Paul's already agreed afterwards we're going to sit around somewhere like Fletcher's or whatever in a room and do a decompression thing. It's everybody.
Turn it into
Gold rush type thing.
documentary.
Yeah.
Together.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. This all kind of fell on my lap, and at one point I looked around and I said, man, this is my story. There's nobody else here, and
Right,
I'm doing it.
somebody made us aware last week. Said it was
Yeah. How about if I interview you?
sure.
Okay, folks, now I got my interview coming. Let's see. I'm going to try to hold this thing. There we go.
Oh,
Hey, please introduce yourself.
Rob Olson with Channel 9 here in the Twin Cities
So how long you been with Channel 9?
since 1999.
99.
So I have to do math now, and I don't like doing math. So that's 20. So I just hit 22 years, right?
22 years. There you go. Now, hey, I got 21 people watching. Anybody out there watching likes Rob? Give me a thumbs up, huh? Give me a thumbs up
I
if you like
appreciate-
Rob. There you
appreciate
go.
That. Hopefully you get a couple.
It was
thumbs up.
actually fun doing it because when I had like 1,000 people watching, I'm like, man, I only got 60 thumbs up. What's up with you guys? Brrr, it just took right
Oh,
off.
that's nice. I'm glad people are
Yep.
responsive that way.
Yep.
Anyway, I appreciate you doing an interview with us about this story that's turned into kind of your last couple of weeks of your YouTube life here.
Well, I told Paul he's got to get this damn thing into storage because I got a life to live. Okay? I know this is going on, but I got stuff to do.
I suppose you do, yeah. And then you'll find other things to share on YouTube.
Absolutely. Now, this is a pretty wacky story. You got to admit.
It's a little bit, I've been doing this, 22 years at Channel 9, but let's see, going on 31 years professionally. I started in January of '99 with my first gig, and I keep thinking that I'm not coming across a story that I haven't done in one way, shape, or form before, and it keeps happening. This is one.
Yeah.
We've done all the lake and boating stories we've done. We haven't had one about an orphaned boat that had to be salvaged or rescued from the freezing lake through a combination of circumstances that kind of left it little nautical musical chairs. The music ended and this boat didn't have a chair.
The last time I remember anything like this happening was the 91 October blizzard, Halloween blizzard.
Yeah.
The lake froze over fast, and every now and then after that, you'd see a boat cutting the ice, and all of a sudden you'd see 2 or 3 get right behind it. Didn't matter where that boat was going, they were going with.
Gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
I know. I have a 20-foot boat and winterized it in late September, early October, like normal, but I only wrapped it a couple of weeks ago because I was holding out because I got to get some interior work done next month. And when we had 1.5 foot of snow in Egan where I live, so I quickly got it wrapped.
Yeah.
And that was a scramble. And I'm like, why are you doing this now? Because I got it. You guys were working on it in January, and I figured if we're only going to get a couple inches here and there,
Yeah, big deal.
I'll just leave it unwrapped, and it makes it easier for you guys. But
Yeah.
whatever. It's always. Owning a boat is an interesting thing. It's a lot of, it's like having kids. It's a lot of fun, but boy, it's a
lot of work
there's
too.
a lot of weird work in there. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff you'd never expect. You know, of course, the old saying is a boat is basically a hole in the water you pour your money into.
Yeah.
You know, and I keep saying this for everyone to know. I got a couple old wooden Chris Crafts myself, and that's basically a hole in the water you pour hundreds into.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's cheap.
Every hobby you could say that about, though.
Yeah.
Like I'm a golfer, and you know, I pour a lot of money into that every summer.
Sure.
But you know, you get the pleasure out of it.
Yeah, well, and you do with boating too.
You
Through
do.
all the headaches.
There's
Yes.
a reason you got a boat to begin with, because once you're out on the water,
Yeah.
even if you're just sitting there anchored, it is just.
There's a reason we're not in Kansas, right?
Yes.
Yes, because, you know, and that's growing up around the water. I was in the Navy myself, just, I guess, because you grow up around water, you know, but you grow up and it gets in your blood.
Yep.
And the best part is, it doesn't matter if you have your 20-foot boat, my old Chris Craft, this thing, or whatever, you're all part of the group.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we go anchor by a beach on the St. Croix, and there's been a lot of days where, you know, we're tied up with friends thinking that we could have just driven here and walked down and hung out on the same beach that we're at.
Right.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same.
We're 20 feet off the beach, and you're standing in the water, and you've got your stuff with you. It's just a great way to spend the day.
Now, what I love to tell people is this is what's been happening. There's a parade of people that come by. It's just constant how many people want to come by and see the Chris Craft.
I've seen a lot of big boats on trailers for the winter at marinas, but I mean,
It's majestic, and they even have the top off. It's bigger than that.
yeah.
They even have the top off.
I'm gonna go get warm.
Okay, one last question. When can the people see me and where?
Well, the plan is, barring any spot news that pulls me away to go cover that instead, the plan is 5:30 on Channel 9 today.
There you go, folks. Channel 9, Minneapolis, Fox 9, KMSP. You can look them up on the internet, watch and see how this story goes as it continues to build.
All right.
All right, well, thank
Thanks
you.
so much for your time.
Here. Appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
I'm going to walk around for a minute.
I'm going to get in my car
Yeah.
and turn the heat on.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that, huh? Don't blame you at all. Yeah, these gimbals are cool.
You're the turbine guy,
That's
right?
me.
Turbine guy.
That's me.
See, you've gotten quite the following.
Yes. Fox 9. I'm going to be on Fox 9 at 5:30 tonight.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what they're doing, is interviewing me.
I grew up on Stubbs Bay, and my saying back in the day was, if you get, you know, the bigger boat you have, the more afraid of the water you are.
Yeah.
On Lake Minnetonka.
I agree with that.
I
It's more
was
work.
on my little 16-foot speedboat. This is back in probably the early 80s, and I was going under the Arcola Bridge. And before I could get up to speed, when you're inside the buoys, a big guy came my way, and the wake from his boat turned me 180 degrees around. I went back home and started shopping for a bigger boat.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You guys been watching his coverage
I've
on
been
YouTube?
catching a few of the videos, yes. You're doing a very good job. I just saw the one last night with Gabriel Jabor, who I think he knows me, but it goes way back to Lord Fletcher days in the 70s
Sure.
or whatever.
What'd you
But
think about that?
That was done very well.
Well, thank you.
It was done very well, and he he presented himself perfectly. That, I mean, we're all rooting for this guy. Really, we are. I mean, and I don't
Yeah.
really know the whole story,
Right.
but and maybe I need to look into look into more videos.
Gotta watch your videos.
I do. I'll do that. It is a beautiful boat, I tell you. But in my opinion, just a little too big for this little puddle.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the problem out here. Too many big boats coming this way.
Yeah.
Too much money. Too much money. You know, if you got that, you need to go up to Superior. You need to go down to the river.
We always had the big boats that are the charter cruise boats, the L type. Right. So
Yeah.
we've always had those.
Yes. Well,
You've
you
seen
can't
more
say
and more.
always.
No. When I was a kid, they
Well,
weren't out here.
They weren't out here. Right?
No.
Same. But they're nice, and that's okay. We've got ownership aboard and that sort of thing. Yeah. Anyway, but overall, I don't mean to be real opinionated. Everybody should be able to do what they want to do, but
Yeah.
You're just saying that there's more of them.
oh yeah, there is.
It's stuck where it is. It's either in the upper lake or the lower lake, and that's about it.
We see these on the river.
Sure.
And that's no problem.
But then you got
Yeah, well, that's the fun. We go to the St. Croix, and it's fun because you see, there's a lot of little boats like mine, but then you see a few of these and some houseboats. And
you're
Yeah.
Ron Olson.
Rob.
Olson.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell with
Yeah, I'm
the.
trying to stay warm.
Oh, I just.
Yeah, we boat on the St. Croix. It's so fun to boat watch out there.
Very wonderful thing.
He was cold a while ago. Rob was cold a
Yeah,
while ago.
All right, we'll see you.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you. Thanks for the story. Look for yourself on YouTube now.
Oh, okay.
I've been live streaming this whole time.
Okay.
Here we go. Even the news guys use GoPros, huh? This cameraman. It is cold today. No question about that. Let me get this baby spun around. All right, folks. There you have it. I stick on. My hands can't handle this no more. It is cold out here today. Now, Turbine Guy got interviewed on YouTube, or not YouTube, on Fox 9. We'll be on at 5:30 tonight. That's a big story. Not much else going on other than, as you can see, we had a bit of snow with some freezing rain on top of it, which is better than having the freezing rain than snow. Let me just tell you that up front. So it's better that way. But my concern with that, and that's a big change for today, is the slick conditions between here and where this goes. It doesn't even have to be the whole way. It's just got to be slippery in the wrong spot. Well, Turbine Guy, gonna sign off well before frostbite gets me. See you next time.